You're right, guys, it's Capcom Tom here, and I am back for episode number 86 of Mission Manchester. Now, you can see that we have managed to sell everything that we picked up in our last trading session. We have over 600,000 coins to spend on players. Obviously, we still need to make a whole load. I'll be talking a bit more about what we need to buy in a minute. But as you can see, we've sold everything. I even managed to pick up another Pepe for 90,000, which I sold on for 114,000. So profit everywhere, and I am pretty ecstatic with the amount of coins we've got at the moment. Obviously, if you're looking for Ultimate Team coins and you can't be bothered to do any trading, go and check that link out down in the description. So we're looking pretty good. I actually asked in an episode a couple episodes back what you wanted me to do with my trading to 1 million. Now, the result is that everyone, well, not everyone, it's probably about a 3-to-1 split of people want me to trade across all my coins from my trade to 1 million series over to this account once that series is finished. So that is what I'm going to do. I know some of you will think that it's cheating, but in my eyes it's not really, because obviously I've traded on that account and it's not like I cheated. I mean, you can obviously go and watch the whole series, see how I got all the coins, and learn how to trade from that. I mean, otherwise this series is going to go on way too long, and there is another series that I really want to do after Mission Manchester is finished, and I'm sure that you guys are going to enjoy it just as much as you've enjoyed Mission Manchester. So that's why I'm going to do that. Now, in our first game, we take the lead early on through Welbeck, and that was all we needed to get this guy to rage quit out. It was a bit of a filthy goal, passing it across the front of goal to give us an easy tap in, but a win's a win, and we need to be taking them, as you're about to see in the rest of this episode. We are now on 6 points from our first 3 games. Does give us a good shout of getting the title. It really depends on how we play in the remaining games in this episode. So we are going to be playing a lot of games. We have got more trading to do halfway through, so stick about for that. And you can see that we come up against our next team is against a 3-4-1-2 team, and these are pretty dodgy formation teams. Unfortunately, we ended up going behind a really nice closer goal, and I don't understand how he managed to score from there. I was just like, okay, just show him outside. He's got no chance of shooting from there. The angle's well off. He shot anyway, and it went in after De Gea's bad save. He ended up going further in the lead when I think it was Mikeli managed to score off a rebound. That was a bit unlucky as well. We did, however, manage to get back into the game when Valencia went through and scored, which made it 2-1, but unfortunately he ended up putting himself out of reach in the 71st minute when DIAMANTI scored, despite us having the majority of the possession and chances. So a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? These things happen in FIFA. We'll just have to move on and hope that we can do better in the next game. So there you go, we're still on 6 points. Hopefully we're going to pick up some more before the end of the episode. Our next game is against a team called Liverpool, and he's using a 3-4-1 or 3-5-2, sorry. Well, it's a Brazilian / Barclays Prem team, quite an interesting one, and he unfortunately takes the lead. It's snowing. I hate playing in the snow, and it really sort of punished me, although we're both playing in the snow, so I really haven't got any excuses. But you see there Neymar going through early on, scoring, just wasn't, you know, switched on. Could have come back into this game, but unfortunately, you know, when you sort of pressuring them, they get a chance and they take it. It pretty much takes the wind out of you, and unfortunately that's what happened in this game, because he managed to get a corner from a goal from a corner with Dede, and then Kone finished me off in the second half. So another loss, not brilliant, not what we were really looking for, and we're starting to get ourselves in a bit of a dodgy situation. We still could win the title, have to win every game we got left though to manage to do that, and I don't think that's going to happen. So we've gone and done our trading. First off, we've got a informed Gerrard. We picked him up for 86,000, trying to list him up for 97. We've got an Evra that we picked up for 91,500, trying to sell him on for 100k by now. We've actually got 2 players that would be actually good to put into our team. Obviously, we've got Ferdinand here, the team of the season version. Both of them picked up for around 150k, listing them up for 167ish, and yeah, it would have been nice to put him into the team, but there is a reason that I'm not going to put these 2 into the team. I'm just going to trade with them, and you'll understand later when I do actually eventually pick up Rio Ferdinand for the team. So we pick up a Jordi Alba as well. He was in a left wing back, and I thought that it would inhibit how many people would find him in the search, so I switched him to a left back, even though he's in a 5 at the back formation, and popped him up for 101k after we bought him for 88,000. Potentially a lot of profit there, so that would be nice if he manages to sell. So our next game is against a 4-2-3-1 BPL team, but it's got Nkulu at the back and Thiago Silva as well as Sirigu, and yeah, he managed to take the lead. It's becoming a bit of a recurring theme in these games so far. Really didn't play very well. It was last night at about 1 o'clock when I was playing, when, you know, generally there are a lot more sweaty players on. Just because it's late, people don't stay up all night to play FIFA unless they're pretty good at it or pretty addicted, so you know you're going to have hard games to play in. And unfortunately, he ends up taking the lead again after he gets a corner. The ball goes in, but unfortunately taps Evra, counts as an own goal, and then late on he gets a penalty as well. I just went in with Vidic to intercept the ball, somehow went over the top of it, clipped his players, steps up for the penalty, and he finishes it nicely into the top left hand corner to give him the 3-1 win, and he celebrated like a donkey. Not much we could do, but you know, we can just move on. I've got to keep saying it, because if you stop believing, then you're F. That's when you start losing every game rather than, you know, 1-2 or whatever. So our record for this division is actually 2-4, which is absolutely shocking. We're now in a position where we're starting to look a bit dodgy. We'll even manage to stay in the division. So that is our primary target, to actually stay in the division now, because otherwise we're going to be in Division 2 next season. That's something that no one wants to see. So our final game of the episode is against a 4-2-3-1 League 1 team. He's got Lavezzi, he's got Aubameyang, he's got Menez, he's got some very strong players in there. Now, we played very well, I won't lie. I absolutely dominated this guy. Early on, CARRICK going through on goal with some nice dribbling work, just going left, right, and going in on goal and smashing it into the back of the net. Some good work from Robin van Persie to hold up the ball as Nani gets through on goal and puts in our second. And at this point I was like, okay, now we just need to keep it cool and we will win. Unfortunately, he managed to overtop it to Lavezzi, who was standing in the space. Butner just let him go and pretty much cost us a goal. And then the exact same thing happened about 3 minutes later. I was absolutely sick because we had been all over him. He had been playing on the counter-attack. I was having all the possession. I was having most of the chances. And you know, it's just not your day on FIFA when this happens. So hit the post off, first off with Van Persie. Second one is a great shot, or a great chance for Rooney to put it in. But Sirigu makes an amazing save. And he ends up saving the game and giving him a 2-2 result. And you can see there, 60% possession we had. We had more chances, more shots on target. And it just wasn't to be. So we do take 1 point down. It could be worse. We could have ended up losing, which would have been pretty typical of this episode, but fortunately we didn't. We can go out into the next episode, make sure that we shore up our position in the division and not go down. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. The trading is definitely worth dropping this video a like. We've been hitting 600 on every episode recently, which is amazing, so if we can do that again today, that would be really appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time.